us a bit about your feelings going into these final few games of the season. A home playoff tie secure. I guess, is it a bit of two minds? You kind of, nobody wants to get themselves hurt before the real business end of the season. But at the same sense, you want to end the season on a high and put everything into it.
Well, we've got to get 2 more points to get that home semi-final. So they're really, there's still everything to play for in our eyes. There's no holding back. I think if you start holding back, you're not really preparing for the end of the season. Everyone in there is very, very excited about what's in front of us, but you can't hold back at any stage. Once you start, taking it easy, or that, you'll come unstuck. And we're really trying to prep ourselves now. Now that we know that we're in the playoffs, we're really prepping ourselves going forward to whenever we get into those semi-finals. Now, obviously, we'd like to secure the home semi-final this weekend. So we're very much aware that going up to LondonIrish, they're fighting for their lives. So it'll make for a real tasty encounter, no doubt.
I guess this is the sort of game at this time of the season that maybe you don't necessarily want a team that, as you say, fighting for their lives and played exceptionally well last week to get a bonus point against Harlequins and clearly want to stay in the Premiership.
No, that's exactly the challenge you want, for being absolutely honest. That's the sort of challenges we have to get ready for, because like I said, every game now is a big game. No matter if this weekend goes well for us and we end up having that home semi-final, it's then about prepping to get ready to go into that home semi-final. And the best way you do that is by challenging yourself. And I think that hopefully we can put in a good performance this weekend, and we know that there's a team coming after us.
They seem, certainly from watching them at length against Harlequins last week, they do seem to have a decent set of backs when they click into gear and want to go for it.
Yeah, no, they have. They're a really strong side, and probably their league position's probably a little, disappointing for them, really. To be honest, the last couple of games they've played, they've been 17 points up and 25 points up within the first 20 minutes of those games. So they're a very dangerous side. We're very aware that we've got to go up and start really well. Like you said, their emotion's going to be really high going into the match, but again, so is us, because we've got them a carrot at the end of the day. If we can get that result of the weekend, it gives us that home semi-final, guaranteed. So there's a lot to play for both teams.
But from your point of view, you've a bit of a duel now with Joe Simmons for this number 10 shirt. You've had duels for the number 10 shirt in the past with people like Ignacio Mieres and things like that. How does this, I don't want to call it a battle, I don't want to build it up too much, but this kind of duel, as it were, for this number, how does this compare to kind of other people that you've had pushing you for the number 10 shirts?
It's not really a duel. I think you sort of just go, that's the way the team's selected at the weekend, I think if you look right across the board, it's just not my position, really. It's just, I've been very fortunate to play a lot of games for the club over the last couple of seasons, and it only makes me want to play more. It definitely makes Joe want to play more, and it's an exciting challenge, with coming in. But it's great to see Joe performing as well as he has done. And the Lift Player of the Month is a fantastic achievement for the hard work that he's had to put in and wait for his opportunity. And it's about Exeter Chiefs winning at the weekend. It's irrelevant who's on the pitch. So if we can keep winning and both of us keep playing well and challenging each other, it's only going to push the club forward.
I can remember when he made his debut here against Saracens, his league debut start, so to speak, against Saracens. You were praised by Rob Baxter for the work you've done in kind of preparing him and things like that. Do you feel yourself as a bit of in that sort of mentoring role for a young player, bearing in mind the experience you have in this league? Yeah,
it is. I've worked with Joe now on near 2 years, so we have got that sort of relationships going on amongst the squad. It's not just in my position. We've got older guys tend to try to pass on knowledge and bring young fellas through, and it's great whenever you see it happening. And look, Joe's got talents that I wish I would have.
What does he do better than you, or what does he do that you go, crikey, I wish I could do that?
Well, he is 12 years younger than me to start with, so that's probably one of the main things. But look, he's a very level-headed kid. In his things, in his game, he takes everything in stride really, really well. And he's still very young in his development. But you can see, like, he's going out. He's been Player of the Month in the Premiership, which to have those sort of attributes at 21 years of age is only great, and it's great for the club, because in years to come this could be the guy running the club and hopefully winning European Cups and all that. So
what do you learn from him?
I think just his demeanour, the way he approaches things on a day-to-day basis, he's very level-headed. Like I said, he takes it all so well in his stride. I can get a little hot-headed at times in the environment, and but again, it's just the characters we are. So, but it's a good thing. We're very positive with everything we do, and it's good to be able to work alongside.
Finally, from me, you know, it is the business end of the season. We said, we talked about you guys, 2 points from this game at the weekend, fingers crossed 5 obviously, will take you to a home semi-final. What do you guys do as a team to try and take the pressure off? Because it must be quite a high pressured situation. We think about, crikey, we could retain the title here, everyone's looking at us. Are there things you do to kind of just relax and do things to kind of, I don't want to say take your eyes off the ball, just kind of take the pressure off and just bond, so to speak?
I don't really know. We sort of come in here, it's in a pressured environment, it's an intense environment, it's what we want it to be. I suppose whenever you come away from the club and you're not here training, that's probably the time to switch off. But like, if we want to win, we want to win the Premiership again. There's no doubt about that. So ultimately, we want to drive standards when we're here, and you don't drive standards by taking your foot off the gas. So hopefully, you know, the training level at the minute is really good. We're really pushing each other. It's the non-23 right across the sport. It's not the guys that take the field at the weekend that's worth putting efforts in. You know, I think you've seen that with the the Anglo-Welsh, how well everyone's sort of preparing right across the board, because you never know when you get your opportunity and you want to be ready for it.
Fantastic.